So what's the best way to understand how to solve an equation? Well, first, let's look at what an equation is and the different parts of it, and then we'll connect it to something we already covered and what we already know, which is the order of operations. All right, before we start talking about that, let's break down what are parts of this equation that I have in front of me right here. So this piece right here, the piece that contains the variable, we'll refer to that as the expression. All right, the side that it's equal to, just the constant number in this case, the 22, we'll refer to that as our answer. So we have our expression, we have our answer. Sounds familiar, right? Let's look at our order of operations just as a quick review. The order of operations goes in this logical order. Parentheses, then we evaluate any exponents. Multiplication and division, we work those left to right. Same with addition and subtraction after that. Now, let's work through just a basic example of order of operations. So let's say we have 4 times 2 plus 5. Order of operations says first we look at parentheses, no exponents, so we need to do that multiplication first. So 4 times 2 is 8, and then we add 5, and we get our answer of 13. So how does this connect order of operations to solving an equation? Well, when we evaluate an expression by using the order of operations, we work from our expression until we get an answer, in this case of 13. For solving an equation, what we're doing is starting with an answer and working our way back to get the missing piece of that expression. So when you're solving an equation, essentially what you're doing is taking the logical steps that we have for evaluating an expression using the order of operations, and we're working it in reverse. Now that's why you might hear terms by your teachers saying undo or reverse operations. It's because that's essentially what we're doing. We're working the order of operations backwards. So how does this work in this example? Well, I have 3 times some number minus 5 equals 22. So I know my answer, when it's all said and done, I should get an answer of 22. Now, first how we want to start is, well, I want to start with this minus 5. Because again, we're doing the order of operations in reverse. So I'm starting with addition and subtraction. In my head, I'm thinking, well, what number would I have subtracted 5 by to get an answer of 22? If we want to figure that out, we can essentially do the opposite operation, which is instead of subtracting 5, I can add 5 to my answer of 22. And now since this is an equation, meaning things on both sides need to be exactly the same, if I adjust something on one side, I have to make that same adjustment to the other side. So that's why we add 5 to both sides. Now, negative 5 plus 5 gives me 0, so those essentially cancel out. And 22 plus 5 gives me 27. All right, and now all we have left is 3 times our variable. Now we're looking at 3 times what number will give me 27. Again, we can simply do the reverse operation of multiplying by 3. So the opposite of multiplying by 3 is dividing by 3. I can divide 27 by 3, and again, I need to do the same thing to 3 times x, which you notice 3 divided by 3 is just 1, so I'm left with just simply my variable. And then 27 divided by 3 is 9. And that's our answer for our variable x. Now, if we want to check this, we would simply plug back in 3 times 9 minus 5. 3 times 9 is 27. Minus 5 is 22. So that completes our expression. Okay, we added another wrinkle to this one. We have 3 times the quantity, x minus 5, plus 6 equals 27. So again, just looking at our order of operations backwards, so I still start with addition and subtraction. So 3 times x minus 5 plus 6. Well, the only constant that's being added or subtracted is this plus 6 here. So I have to start with that one first. Yes, I have minus 5, but that's in parentheses. And so because I'm working my order of operations in reverse, that will actually be the last thing I touch. So we should subtract 6. I'm left with 3 times x minus 5 equals 21. Now we're looking at multiplication and division. Now we have 3 times x minus 5 equals 21. Well, I can divide both sides by 3, which leaves me with x minus 5 equals 7. All right. Now, there's no exponents that I have to evaluate or solve for. The last piece was just the parentheses, which is the expression x minus 5. Well, what number minus 5 gives me 7? If I'm not sure, add 5 to both sides, and I get x equals 12. Thank you guys for watching. I really hope you found this helpful. If you liked this video, please hit that like button and then subscribe to my channel to see more problems, more videos similar to this.